Today, I am in the airport. Our family's been traveling for the past almost 4 years now, and we have visited 48 of the 50 states of the United States. But today, we are going to cross off state number 49. We're flying somewhere. Can you guess where? I'm going to give you a hint. It's the warmer of the two that are left. That's right. It's Aloha time.
Our time in Hawaii was divided between two islands, Oahu and the Big Island. Sarah and I have been to Hawaii before, but for our kids, this was the very first time. We wanted to pack in as many adventures as possible. It was hard to narrow down a list for this video, but here are 15 things we did that we'd recommend. 3 of these got their own videos, which you should definitely check out in our Hawaii playlist. Let us know about your favorite Hawaii adventures in the comments. Pillbox Hike. There are tons of places to hike in Hawaii, but its steep volcanic ridges and frequent rains can make for some pretty dangerous trails. The day after we got there, we saw someone being airlifted off a nearby popular trail called the Pillbox Hike. We decided to try it out the next night. The Pillbox Hike is short and steep, but the views are spectacular. It was a lot of fun. I didn't take any footage the night we went, except for this one shot of the moon rising above the ocean. Lanikai Beach. Lanikai Beach is a favorite place on Oahu for watching the sunrise. With its picturesque islands, fine sand, and large offshore reef, what's not to love? Sunrise here is absolutely epic. We stayed just a block away and walked down here many mornings to enjoy it. Sitting on the beach with Sarah or a few of the kids watching the sun come up was one of my favorite things we did on Oahu. Snorkeling Lanikai. Even better than the beach at Lanikai is the reef just offshore. I was in the water almost every day after work. We saw eels, turtles, tons of fish, and it was here just 15 yards offshore that I crossed off a bucket list item of mine, to see a shark in the wild. I made a whole video just about snorkeling at Lanikai. If you haven't checked it out, go give it a watch. The Polynesian Cultural Center. In my opinion, a trip to Oahu is not complete without a visit to the famed Polynesian Cultural Center. Located in Laie, the PCC highlights the cultures and traditions of 6 different island nations. There are shows, activities, and games, all presented in recreated villages throughout the park. Going to the PCC is not cheap for a family of 7, let's just be honest. It was our splurge activity for this trip, but I really wanted the kids to experience it. The PCC has always been special for me. I actually did work for them as a videographer and drone pilot many years ago. I helped create several promotional videos for the park and was part of the development team that created the PCC mobile app. The kids loved our time there. The shows, activities, and games are awesome. And it was great to see the kids learning about the cultures of Polynesia. After a full day of exploring the villages, we were treated to an amazing luau. Pineapple smoothies, traditional smoked pork, and taro rolls. The food was delicious. After dinner, we went to the night show, Breath of Life, which is incredible. Scuba diving. When I found out that we were going to Hawaii, I jumped at the idea of learning to scuba dive. This has been on my bucket list for so long, and so I decided I was going to learn to breathe underwater. Just got done with my first open water dive in the ocean. It was incredible. It was so cool. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I'm gonna be a scuba diver. So I'm here at Mauna Bay this morning, and it is my second training dive to become scuba certified. Yesterday was incredible. It was so fun to go scuba diving, and it was just amazing. There were
so many surreal moments. The moment when I looked up and I saw 40 feet of water on top of me and I could see the bottom of the boat. The moment when I was drifting, like flying over a garden of rainbow coral. The moment I saw a sea turtle that, oh my gosh, it was huge. It's like a VW bus. No, not that big, but unfortunately they don't let us take a camera when you're doing training dives for obvious reasons. It's all about safety. You know, you need to focus on the training. Don't want to be fiddling with the camera. So totally understand why they don't let you do that. But anyway, let's see how the training dive goes today. Whew, my hair is crazy. It's all right. I just finished my 4th dive and I am officially Scuba certified. Open water dive certified. Woohoo! So stoked. That last dive, oh my gosh, it was incredible. I am so excited to start doing scuba diving and to take some videos and to capture the amazing things underwater. I've seen things these past 2 days that just have blown my mind. All right, gotta drive home. We'll finish work. We'll see you next time.
Pearl Harbor. Oahu is an island with fun in the sun, but also with plenty of history. We couldn't pass up the opportunity to visit the Pearl Harbor National Memorial and reflect on what happened there. The memorial and displays definitely offer a lot to think about and are worth a visit. It was sad to reflect on the terrible tragedies of war and see how many people lost their lives on December 7th, 1941.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy.
Big wave surfing. On the north shore of Oahu is an amazing place to snorkel called Shark's Cove. I was super excited to go visit while we were on the island and didn't even realize until we pulled up one Saturday morning that the North Shore is not calm in the winter. Not calm is actually a gross understatement. The waves are freaking insane. We pulled up that morning and I realized very quickly we would not be snorkeling. Luckily, however, there were some people who were brave enough to get in the water. We noticed huge crowds of people gathered around Waimea Bay to watch the big wave surfers. This was an unexpected treat, and we watched them for quite a while. Island snow. Hawaii is known for its shaved ice, and so naturally we had to try it. We went to several different places between Oahu and the Big Island, but our favorite was island snow. Honestly, they're all pretty similar. Beach swings. Speaking of beaches, the shores of Oahu have lots of hidden gems. Small secluded beaches, inlets, and coves can be found all along the coast. We did plenty of exploring, just hopping in the car and stopping when something looked interesting. This is how we found some of the many beach swings along the coast. These are fun places to spend a few hours or eat a picnic lunch. Tide pools. One of the things the kids really wanted to do in Hawaii was explore tide pools. We found some pretty decent ones in a couple of spots around the Makapu'u Lighthouse Point. While we were exploring tide pools here, we saw a pod of whales breaching just offshore. A few of them jumped nearly completely out of the water. It was pretty awesome. Beach days. Of course, we spent plenty of time at the beach while in Hawaii. Kailua Beach was definitely one of our favorites, with its shallow river and its fun waves. There's nothing like a good Hawaii beach day. After 2 weeks on Oahu, it was time to head to the Big Island for a week. We hopped on a plane and flew to Hilo. Most of our time on the Big Island is pretty low-key. The place we were staying was far away from pretty much everything, so we enjoyed the beautiful weather and being in the country. We spent lots of time playing with the geckos around the house and feeding them peaches and bugs. Lots of time exploring the rugged coastline nearby, with its tide pools, beautiful sunrises, and its jungly interior. We visited a few waterfalls and went to the park in Hilo to see the nenes, but mostly we just enjoyed not having to do anything. Our big adventures were limited to a few day trips, but they were all incredible. Snorkeling Kona. I really wanted to get in the water and snorkel on the Big Island, but we knew that the best places to do that were over in Kona. So we planned a day over on that side of the island and tried our luck at Lanikai Beach and Kailua Bay, right across from the Captain Cook Memorial.
Did some snorkeling, saw some pretty amazing fish. There's actually a ton of wildlife here, a ton of fish, but the conditions were terrible. Really choppy, cloudy, really filthy water, but still really cool.
After getting beat up by the waves, we decided to just explore the tide pools along the shore. The lava rock formations were beautiful and held lots of secret pools teeming with life.
Okay, we found this really cool tide pool over here that we just had to come snorkel in. It looks awesome. It's super deep. Matthew, can you move out of the way? Thanks, bud. So we're gonna go in there and just check it out a little bit. That awesome shell I found. I was super excited. It has a crab in it, so obviously we're not gonna take it. That's his home. We're gonna leave him here. This is awesome. Wow, how do I get over here without killing myself though? Ugh.
Manta ray snorkeling. Our biggest adventure on Hawaii was definitely the night we went snorkeling with the manta rays. We did this on the Kona side of the island, and it was one of the coolest things we've ever done. Imagine jumping into the ocean at night and being surrounded by manta rays the size of small cars. It was scary, it was mesmerizing, and it was incredible. This adventure has its own dedicated video that you can find in our Hawaii playlist. Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is a dormant volcano on the island of Hawaii and is the highest point in the islands, topping out at over 13,000 feet above sea level.
So we are up here on the summit, well, not summit, on the slopes of Mauna Kea, here at the visitor center at about 9,000 feet. You can only go above the visitor center if you have four-wheel drive. You can actually drive all the way to the summit. One of the only places in the world where you can drive from sea level to 13,000 feet. But obviously you need four-wheel drive because after the visitor center, it is not a paved road.
Our visit was brief, but I did take a moment to check out the critically endangered Mauna Kea silver sword plants growing nearby. These plants can only be found here and nearly went extinct due to introduced cattle, sheep, and goats eating them. Volcanoes National Park. Our last adventure on Hawaii was actually one of the main reasons we came to the Big Island. We really wanted to visit Hawaii Volcanoes National Park and see the ongoing eruption of the Kilauea volcano. We ran into some challenges, and getting to see it was not straightforward. But in the end, Kilauea put on a great show for us. Watch the full adventure from the video link above. Truth be told, our time in Hawaii went by way too fast. It was so much fun though, and we feel like we got a great taste of island life for our 49th state visited. Of course, we couldn't do everything. Let us know in the comments what your favorite things to do in Hawaii are. Leave us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. And consider hitting that subscribe button. We only have one more state to visit to reach our goal of seeing all 50 US states. Alaska, we're looking at you.
Are we there yet?